So hello there and welcome back to the channel. This is Mels Gaming here with another The Hunter Call of the Wild video. Now this one is going to be really exciting as we have just had the announcement of the new Scopes and Crosshairs pack arriving September 24th. This is really exciting and is a follow-up to the teaser that we saw the other day. And yeah, it's basically what a lot of us thought it was going to be. It is going to be a Scopes pack, and it seems like there's going to be crosshair customization, which is something that was also talked about and speculated about. So really exciting. Now, I'm actually recording this video before the stream in which Jaxiebeard is going to show off this new pack. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read through the article on the Call of the Wild official website, which I will link in the video description down below, and then I'm going to overlay or add any sort of interesting things that we see in the stream after that as well. So a little bit of a different style, but because we have this article to go through and then we have the stream coming up in a couple of hours at this point, I thought I'd try and sort of put both together and recap everything all in one go rather than making two separate videos. So before I continue to ramble any more about that, let's get right into reading the article. So it says, "Howdy hunters, it's time to master your long-range hunting with the new equipment DLC coming to the Hunter Call of the Wild. Scopes and Crosshairs pack will deliver 3 unique scopes and brand new crosshairs designed for superior accuracy. A free update releasing alongside it will also allow players to change reticles for the existing scopes using the in-game currency." So 3 scopes, kind of as expected, as we talked about in the previous video where I talked about the teaser. Sort of three weapons in a weapons pack, or 3 scopes in a pack like this seems to make sense. And just seeing that we're going to be getting reticle customization is so exciting. That's something I've wanted for a really long time. I like a nice, clean, simple reticle, so I'm really hoping that this is going to be something really cool, and I'm hoping there's going to be like some really sleek, clean options there. And it says, "Finally, we've teamed up with Foxpro to bring you an improved Foxpro 360 electronic cooler as part of the Ambusher pack. There's a lot to cover, so let's jump right in." So we're going to start by taking a look at the Scopes and Crosshairs pack. Now there is a beautiful graphic with all of the 3 new scopes on it. Probably going to be the thumbnail or part of the thumbnail of this video because wow, that just looks so good. And we can very clearly see in this image that night vision scope. That's definitely obviously the one that we saw in the teaser, and you can see the size of it. I mean, that was the thing that I picked up on in that trailer, was how huge that scope looked, and you can see in this image it's just so big and bulky. That's really interesting and looks very different to any scope that, you know, has existed in game for the duration of the game's existence. It's a really unique looking scope. So that's called the Angular 4-8 by 100 night vision rifle scope. Then we have the Hermes 3-7 by 33 handgun shotgun scope. That's interesting. And then we have the Odin 4-12 by 33 rifle scope. So some really interesting options there. So we've got a new night vision scope, what seems to be a hybrid handgun and shotgun scope, and then a new rifle scope. Really interesting. So let's read the details about these scopes. So it says, "Track and hunt game during the darkest hours of the night with advanced night vision, and gain more choice over your loadout with the new customizable reticle system and options. Night vision rifle scope. Experience unparalleled clarity in darkness with the advanced angular night vision rifle scope. This new scope features a wide 100mm lens and a modern white phosphor technology." So again, that's the one that we saw in the teaser trailer, and I will play the teaser trailer just so we can take a look at that again. I really liked that scope when we saw it in that trailer, and I am very excited about that. I think that's going to be really, really nice for night vision hunting compared to the bright green scope that we've had with next to no zoom for the longest time. Then we have the all-purpose rifle scope. Change optics less often with the all-purpose Odin rifle scope. It boasts a magnification range of 4 to 12 times, which enables you to seamlessly transition between close encounters and long-distance shots. Now, I think that's going to be really, really nice, because I never really like using the Hyperion, because I'm somebody who likes to really zoom in on my target, which is why I end up using the Argus, but the Argus then has a lot of disadvantages as well. It's quite swayy, got a lot of wobble to it, and sways quite a lot, and it does make it difficult on some of those closer shots as well. So I'm really excited for something a little bit different, and I really can't wait to try that out and see if this could be a good sort of step in between that fits sort of my hunting style a lot better. And then we have the handgun/shotgun scope. Redefine the capabilities of your handguns and shotguns with the Hermes 3 to 7 times scope. This innovative scope isn't just an upgrade from the usual 1 to 4 times magnification, it also cuts down on your backpack weight. So obviously, this being a scope that you can put on shotguns and handguns, it means you don't have to carry, 2 separate scopes. So that's going to be really, really good. And with that, increased magnification, again, I'm someone who likes to take, really close looks at things, so I like to have that extra magnification where it's available. So that's going to be really interesting. I'm very, very intrigued to see how that's actually going to play out. And then, finally, customizable reticles. Gain more choice over your loadout with 5 new reticles. Duplex Center Cross, Mil.02, Reticle Crosscut, Target Dot, and Chevron. You can customize each reticle with any of the game's scopes to suit to your playstyle. So that means that any scope in the game we will now be able to change the reticle for, which is really, really cool. Now, it says 5 new reticles. I don't know if that means that we'll be able to use the reticles that were pre-existing in game as well. I'm really intrigued to see how many in total there will be, because it just says 5 new reticles. I don't know if that's just going to be all of the reticles that we will have available, or if we will be able to use reticles that have already been existing in game. I would think that maybe that could be a thing, but I guess we will just have to see. And then it says the Scopes and Crosshairs pack will launch across all platforms at $4.99 on September 24th. So we have a price and we have a release date. That is really, really cool, and I honestly think this is going to be one of the sort of more needed packs for Call of the Wild. This is one that I can definitely see being a pack that will be really, really nice to have, and one that gets highly recommended. So really, really exciting. I'm really excited for this pack. I genuinely think this is going to be very cool. The night vision, like I said, not being that bright green with such low zoom. I mean, from what we saw with just that teaser, it looked amazing. And of course, we've got the stream coming up soon, and we might get some more looks at that in the stream, and if we do, I will put them on screen while I'm talking about all these things. Like I said, I'm recording this before the stream, and then I'm going to edit it after the stream, so it's going to be interesting to see how this video actually works out, but I'm really, really curious to see what will actually be shown on the stream. And as I said, having that sort of scope that's going to be in between the Hyperion and the Argus, I'm really pleased that we've got sort of a medium option in between those two, and I think that that's something that a lot of people are going to want to use. And then having a scope that can go on both shotguns and handguns, not only is that going to be great for making different loadouts, but it seems like it's just going to be an all-round pretty good scope to have. So all round, this seems to be a great pack. And then it's, got the free part, so you don't have to pay anything for the customization aspect of the reticles, which I think is really, really good. And like I said, reticles for me is something I've always wanted to be able to change, so I'm super, super happy about that. So all in all, that pack seems amazing. Now, moving on to the next part of this article, and we have the Ambusher pack with Foxpro. We're excited to share our collaboration with the Foxpro team to enhance the Ambusher pack. The pack, which was first introduced last year, has now been upgraded with the innovative Foxpro 360 electronic cooler and its Fox Fusion and Fox Bang technologies. Now, this is really exciting because the Hunter Call of the Wild have never collabed with any real brands, and I know this is something that has been on a lot of surveys and stuff that they've done about what brands would we like to see them do collabs with, would we like them to do real life collabs with real life companies. So this is really, really cool, and this is a big deal. Like, I think this is something that's going to get really overlooked today with the hype of the new scopes, because we haven't had new scopes in ages, and it's so exciting to see new scopes. But this is cool. Seeing a real life collab going on here, this is big news. Like, this is really big news. And this gives me so much hope for the continued future of this game, to see these kind of things happening. So I'm really, really excited about this. So, the Foxpro 360 electronic cooler. Gain the upper hand with this advanced calling device. It comes equipped with a remote for convenient control from a distance and preloaded with a wide library of sounds for attracting over 60 species in the game with realistic animal calls. Now, Fox Fusion enables you to simultaneously lure two animals. So you'll be able to play two different calls for two different species and lure them in at the same time. That's really, really cool, because if you're sat in an area and maybe you have, I don't know, a herd of elk and a herd of whitetail or blacktail, something like that over on Leighton, and you're sat in a tree stand wanting to bow hunt them or something like that, then you can place this, have it with the two different calls going, and have, you know, animals coming in at different times from those different herds. So I can see a lot of potential for that. I'm actually really, really intrigued by this Fox Fusion technology. Very, very interesting. And then Fox Bang immediately ceases all calls upon detecting a loud noise. So basically, you know, you're going to have the caller going, an animal comes in, bang, you shoot it, and then the caller will actually stop calling. Now, in terms of a content perspective, this is going to be really nice. And I know, you know, talking as a content creator, maybe it's not something that everyone will care about, but it's something I've done in videos where you set up a caller and then you have it calling, the animal you're calling comes in, and then you shoot it, you go to pick it up, and you've left that caller going, and you can just hear it in the background continuously calling, and it's really frustrating, because you're like, oh, I wish I'd switched that off so that I didn't have it going constantly in the background. Now, like I said, that's more of a content perspective, I guess, but I think for everybody, that will be quite nice, that it can just shut itself off once it hears that you've taken a shot. Again, it's kind of a quality of life thing, so that it's not just constantly calling and calling and calling when you've actually, you know, taken your shot and you're done with it. You can just go and pick it up and it's not constantly making the continuous noise. So that's really, really nice. Now, it says the Ambusher pack is available now for $4.99. Existing owners of the pack will be granted an upgrade to the Foxpro version on September 24th at no additional cost. So anybody that owns the Ambusher pack right now, so for me, for example, I already own the Ambusher pack, I won't have to pay anything to upgrade this. It will be a completely free update in terms of, you know, if you've already got the pack, then the electronic cooler will get upgraded to the Foxpro 360. So that's really, really nice. And the DLC's price will remain the same and still include the Moradi Model 1894 and the Stenberg Takedown Recurve Bow, which are both fantastic weapons, especially the Moradi Model 1894. I mean, the pack alone is worth it for that gun. And when this pack initially came out, I wasn't sure about it and how useful it actually was, and I think I basically said along the lines of, you know, the cool is kind of like the most hyped thing, but the gun is the real star of the show with its incredible power. Seeing this update and this upgrade to this DLC, you know, it's going to make it a lot more useful. And like I said, the mere fact that this collaboration is going to be happening between Foxpro and the Hunter Call of the Wild is, in my opinion, a really big deal. And it sets up the potential for a lot of future collaborations, I think, and seeing certain things like this in the future would be really, really cool with different brands. So that's a lot of exciting stuff that we've just talked about, from the scopes to the upgrade with this cooler. I mean, that's quite a lot for this update. And I'm really excited. There's a lot of potential with this. And getting to be able to, you know, have that customization with scopes. That's the thing that I'm most excited for. I really just want a very sleek, very simple, you know, I would take just a tiny little dot in the center of my scope, and that would be absolutely fine for me. The clearer a picture I can have in game, for me personally, the happier I'll be, because I like to take up close looks at the animals, and quite often the scope is what provides you that best opportunity to really get an up-close look at an animal before you get to take the shot. And, you know, I try to do it quite a lot in my videos, is show off, you know, different animals, cool rares, you know, the great ones, etc, etc. And so the less clutter I can have on screen, the better. And if that can be enhanced by changing my reticle, I'm going to be really excited about that. And then people that want to have, you know, the mill dots, etc, and really sort of finesse with that accuracy, it's going to be perfect for that. I'm genuinely really positive about this update, and I think this is something that we've needed for quite a while, both in terms of the scope and then seeing this upgrade to the Ambusher pack. I think this makes the Ambusher pack a lot better than it was, and the fact that it's going to be a free upgrade for people that already own the Ambusher pack, and then the price of the DLC isn't actually going to be changed, even though part of it's being upgraded. That is really, really nice. Like, I know a lot of games would increase the price of a DLC like this, considering, you know, that now it's a real-life collab that's going on with this DLC. So, overall, I think there's a heck of a lot of positives from this update, and a lot of things that could maybe get overlooked. But I'm really, really excited about this. Now, if I've missed anything that gets talked about in the stream, say Jaxie Beard, you know, mentioned something that wasn't in this article, I'll probably like pop it up on screen with a bit of text with the footage and just add on top of that. But like I said, I'm recording this part, just reading the article through before the stream, which is actually going to be happening at 7 PM CST, so literally in a couple of hours for me. And then once the stream has happened, and that has, you know, I've got the footage to put that in this video too, then I will publish this video, and I cannot wait to hear what you all think of it, and, you know, to see what we do see in the stream. It says that we're going to be getting a first look, so I'm very intrigued how much we're going to be shown, and what exactly gets shown off. And it's going to be really, really interesting. But let me know down in the comments what you're most excited about. And what parts of this update do, like, what stands out to you? Because like I said, for me, the collaboration thing, I think, is something that is going to get maybe overlooked a bit with the excitement of the new scopes, but I think it's a really big deal. And then the scopes themselves, obviously, are a really, really big deal. So just a lot going on here. But that is going to be it for this video, so thank you so much for watching, as always, and for all of your support. You are all so fantastic and so kind, so thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.